What if I told you that most of your suffering comes from agreements you didn't even realize you made? Agreements with society, with your family, even with yourself. And what if, by changing just 4 simple contracts, you could unlock emotional freedom? It sounds almost too good to be true, right? But that's exactly what the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz is all about. The 4 Agreements. By Don Miguel Ruiz, the author says most of our emotional pain comes from following these unspoken rules. But here's the kicker. We can replace those old agreements with just 4 new ones. And in doing so, we unlock personal freedom, joy, and peace of mind. In this video, we'll walk through the core ideas of the book, breaking down each agreement so you can apply them right away. Stick around, because by the end, you'll have a new set of mental tools to free yourself from stress and live life on your terms. So, which old belief or agreement do you think is holding you back the most? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Chapter 1. Domestication and the Dream of the Planet. Let's start with how Ruiz says our minds get domesticated. From childhood, we're taught what's right and wrong by parents, teachers, and society. We absorb these rules without question, and they become mental agreements. Ruiz calls this shared reality the dream of the planet, a dream built on fear, expectations, and judgment. These agreements shape how we think, feel, and act. We judge ourselves harshly for not meeting expectations, seek approval from others, and fear rejection. But here's the thing, we didn't choose most of these beliefs, they were handed to us. Ruiz says the way to reclaim our freedom is by adopting 4 powerful agreements that can help us break free from these mental traps. Chapter 2. The first agreement. Be impeccable with your word. How often do you tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or gossip about someone without a second thought? Words are powerful. Ruiz compares them to seeds. When you say negative things about yourself or others, you're planting seeds of doubt, fear, and frustration. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. This means speaking with integrity and using words in a way that creates rather than destroys. Avoid gossip and self-criticism. Focus on words that uplift you and others. Think about this. Instead of saying, "I'll never succeed," try, "I'm learning and improving every day." Over time, these positive words change how you feel about yourself and the world around you. Chapter 3. The second agreement. Don't take anything personally. What if I told you that nothing anyone says or does is really about you? Ruiz's second agreement teaches us to stop taking things personally. People's words and actions are a reflection of their own thoughts, beliefs, and insecurities, not yours. If someone insults you, it says more about them than about you. And the same goes for praise. When you stop taking things personally, you protect yourself from emotional ups and downs. Imagine wearing an emotional shield. Whether someone criticizes you or compliments you, you remain unaffected because you know their words don't define your worth. Chapter 4. The third agreement. Don't make assumptions. How often have you assumed someone was upset with you only to find out they weren't? Or assumed that someone knew what you wanted, only to feel disappointed when they didn't? The third agreement is to stop making assumptions. Assumptions create misunderstandings, and misunderstandings lead to conflict and stress. The solution? Communicate clearly. Ask questions instead of assuming. For example, if you're unsure about someone's intentions, simply ask, "Hey, is everything okay?" This kind of communication saves you from unnecessary emotional drama. Chapter 5. The fourth agreement, always do your best. The fourth agreement is about giving your best effort, whatever that looks like each day. Some days, your best will mean completing a long list of tasks. Other days, just getting through the day will be enough. Ruiz reminds us that doing your best isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. When you do your best, you avoid regret and self-judgment. You can sleep peacefully knowing that, regardless of the outcome, you gave what you could. This mindset shifts your focus from perfection to progress. It's a game changer for anyone striving to improve without burning out. Chapter 6. Breaking Old Agreements. Ruiz acknowledges that adopting these new agreements isn't easy. Old habits and beliefs don't disappear overnight. They require time, patience, and practice to unlearn. But every time you choose these new agreements over the old ones, you take one more step toward personal freedom. Imagine it like breaking out of a mental prison. Little by little, with each conscious decision, you replace fear with love and judgment with acceptance. Chapter 7. Living the New Dream. The ultimate goal of following these agreements is to live what Ruiz calls the new dream. It's a life built on love, freedom, and peace, where you no longer need the approval of others to feel good about yourself. You stop chasing perfection and start living authentically. By practicing the 4 agreements every day, you begin to free yourself from fear and emotional suffering. It's not about being perfect, but about making progress. Final thoughts. So, to sum it all up, here are the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. They may sound simple, but mastering them takes effort and intention. The beauty is that the more you practice, the freer you'll feel. Now let me ask you, which of these agreements do you think would be hardest for you to follow? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this summary, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos that help you grow and transform. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep practicing those agreements and stay free.